Hi everybody, we're going to do a Q&A today. We're going to talk about summer wedding outfits. So recently at the store, we've really been noticing a big uptick in terms of people who are thinking about the weddings that they've postponed for a long time, or attending their friends' weddings that have been postponed for a long time. And a lot of people are trying to get these weddings going during spring or even summer, and take advantage of this great weather and the fact that people are really getting into a better and better mood and people are getting increasingly optimistic. So given the timing and what's been happening around us right now, we thought this would be a good time to give you some ideas for summer wedding outfits. Okay, I'm going to start with a really simple one first. I would suggest this, right? So this is in our collection right now. This is just a plain navy summer weight suit. It's very easy to wear. It's very comfortable, and I particularly like this cloth. This is from Piacenza. This particular one is made as a Model 3 for us by Ring Jacket, our partners in Osaka. And let's look at this first from the perspective of a groom. So as a groom, how would you wear this suit? Well, first thing is white shirt. I think actually the only choice for the groom really is a white shirt. Okay, the white shirt has kind of the elegance and the formality that you need as the groom. And this particular one is the standard shirt, which is made for us by 100 Hands. So, but we added a few details onto this particular standard shirt just to make it a little bit more dressy. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So for instance, like we did the fronts of the shirt with a covered placket like that. We did a spread collar, and we also did French cuffs, right? And I'll get into, for instance, why we did French cuffs in a second. Let's start now with the neck area. So what tie would you wear with something like this? So at Drake's, we literally have a series of ties called wedding ties. And what wedding ties are referring to are monochromatic, usually gray or gray navy, gray black ties with very, very fine patterns. So it's stuff like this, like a fine houndstooth, or stuff like this, a small Prince of Wales check. Like whenever I see somebody wearing white shirt, navy suit, and a wedding tie like this, I automatically assume that they have a wedding coming up or they have some sort of important event coming up, and they're trying to keep it as simple and elegant as possible. As you can see, these two ties definitely enable. Now, I mentioned that the white shirt is one with a French cuff. What's up with that? Well, given kind of the magnitude of the occasion, it's always nice to have a little bit more hardware than normal, right? So this is a good opportunity to use some cufflinks, and like maybe you have some cufflinks of sentimental value, like they belong to your father or your grandfather, something like that. But if not, there's a ton of really amazing and beautiful cufflinks available on the market, as well as in our shop. I mean, one of our favorites is the Codis Maya ones. So that would tuck right through that buttonhole. And this is, again, one of those opportunities to borrow something or use something of sentimental value, a nice gold watch. Right, like this is a early 90s Breguet. And the Breguets, like, I love the Breguets. For me, they're not always the easiest watches to wear, but for a situation like this, I think a Breguet is perfect. That subtlety, that detail, like it just really, really works for the occasion. And then finally, for footwear, I would recommend black. I would recommend just a pair of black cap toes. If you have the budget, the ultimate option for me would be the Yohei Fukuda ones. The Yohei Fukuda long wing black Oxford is really just the best, right? And it goes great with the watch strap. It really just like puts this particular outfit on a very, very particular formal tone. And I think it is a great choice for a summer wedding as the groom, okay? So there you go. That's the groom side sorted out. Now, let's have a look at what you might do if you were a guest. Now, as a guest, of course, you could wear something pretty similar and you could wear a white shirt. But when I attend a wedding as a guest, I almost want to make sure I'm wearing something a little bit separate from the groom. Like the groom has his moment, and so you don't want to be, I suppose, like confused for the groom. I mean, it would be embarrassing if you were at someone's wedding and they were confusing you for the groom, but never take chances like that. So this is a good example of like a patterned shirt that still is quite dressy and would work well with this same blue suit, right? So we have this very fine brown stripe going on. And, you know, you are not limited to the same kind of simple monochromatic elegance that the groom is. So why not take advantage of using a little bit of color? Like with the brown, I would suggest the burnt orange, you know, just to add a little bit of warm color into that very cool colored suit, or even this brown like that with a little bit of motif. Like I would never recommend a motif for a groom, but I definitely wouldn't be against it for a guest. And then shoe-wise, brown calf would be great, like a pair of brown calf cap toes would be awesome. Or I like this. It's a pair of brown suede Oxfords. And if you wanted to have a pocket square, you know, white is of course a natural choice, but you could also do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more dandy if you like that. All right, so this is like the really, really easy guide to a simple but effective wedding outfit for the summer. But we're going to do another part to this video, and we're going to talk about some other maybe slightly more esoteric options, going into a bit of linen as well and some other collar styles, and that will be coming out a little bit later. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.